Hello, Alive Again. It's me, Katrinah. I'm back for day 180 of our journey through the Bible in a year together. Today we are reading Isaiah chapter 1, verses 21 to 31, and then chapters 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we are all Isaiah all the time today. And it's a good one. You can say that about everything in the Bible because God wrote it. But I really found a lot of wisdom in today's reading. Isaiah prophesying to the people, talking about the city, and he is speaking, God is speaking through him to the people, and he's talking about the evil that has reared its ugly head, and that saying that the city was a place of God's people and it's become essentially a den of thieves. One of the phrases that is used is, they do not bring justice to the fatherless, and the widow's cause does not come to them. And so God says, I will turn my hand against you. He says, I will burn the dross. And then he says, afterward, you shall be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city. So that was my first thing, my first little spark as I'm reading. When God says, I shall turn my hand against you, that to me sounds like punishment. You're in trouble. You did something wrong, which they did. and I'm going to destroy you. And in my head, it feels like I'm going to destroy you for the sake of destruction. I will turn my hand against you feels destructive. No. Burning the dross is purifying. You're burning away all the impurities, all of the things that are bad, that are not necessary, and you're leaving nothing but the pure, or whatever, if we're talking about burning the dross in some sort of ore or metal. So to follow up immediately, I will turn my hand against you, and then to come and say afterward you shall be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city. There is purpose. That's what I hear there. There is purpose in God turning his hand against them. And it is not to say, I'm right, you're wrong, and I'm going to destroy you. So you see that, and that's it. So that only because for the sake of destruction, he wants good for them. He's turning his hand against them because he wants them to be better. He wants them to be who he intended them to be. And then the result of all this in the end will be that this is the faithful city, that this is the city of righteousness. And I think that's so beautiful. And in Isaiah chapter 2, it talks about how they've been kind of permeated with evil, and then there goes on to be a whole list about what that evil looks like, and all of the description is wealth. All of the description of that evil that has entered is like, people only care about money. They have chariots, they have horses, they have gold, they have wine, they have perfume, they have oil, but yet he has called them evil. And that's not to say that having things is evil, but it's not the point. And that's not, having wealth is not what faithfulness is. And it also shows me that that's not God's goal. He will restore the city, and it will be called a city of righteousness and faithfulness. But he's not promising they'll have tons of riches, because that's not what the end goal is. It's righteousness and faithfulness. In chapter 3, it says the Lord will take away the finery. Instead of perfume, there will be rottenness. It says empty, she will sit on the ground. There is holiness in emptiness. Hear that for a second. There is holiness in emptiness. We don't have to be full of show, full of things, full of stuff. Come empty, because that's when you can receive what is good, what is right, what God has for us. It really stuck out to me that the juxtaposition of, in the later chapters that we read today, talking about the evilness, and within that evilness mentioning finery, mentioning wealth, mentioning riches, and then in the beginning talking about the evil that has overtaken the city, including not bringing justice to the fatherless and not the widow's cause not coming to them. There is wealth in caring for people. That is what true richness is. It's not in having stuff. And restoration doesn't necessarily look like everything we want. It looks like starting empty so that God can fill with whatever he wants to. So I could talk for a while, but I won't. That's what I have for today. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you next week, and keep on trucking, everybody. We're doing great. Bye.